Bro, you're the nicest UFC fighter in the world, dude.
Shout out Basement Talk, man.
I want to bite at least 2 of your ears off.
I make more than $1 million in a day sometimes.
You better
It sucks leaving because it's not like I'm in North Dakota and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to leave and go to Florida. Like,
You're in Cali.
literally, there's no better place to be or grow up.
Kobe says the same thing because he traveled
It's the
pretty much
best.
sports.
This is the best. This is the best place in the world.
Does it feel a little different this time around though?
Yeah, I mean, I just think the more I do it, I just get into that routine. I mean, it's never easy, but it's always just fun. Just the excitement of the season, spring training, seeing the boys again. So it's always it's an exciting time, but also at times it's a bummer because you're like leaving your family.
Yeah.
Because some of these guys, like you look at some of these big leaguers, their families are with them all the time. It'd be great if I could have my family with me. It's soon, hopefully some point.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's exciting. So
You don't get the privilege of the private jets and all that yet?
not yet.
Is that what
Yeah.
they get?
I mean,
All them
so
just get a
some-
private
sure,
jet, or is it
right?
a group jet?
If,
Not all of
if
them,
you're
but-
Shohei Ohtani and you sign
Exactly.
for $700 million,
For sure.
I'd be like, I'm only flying
Your dog
private.
gets a
Okay.
private
Yeah.
jet.
I was gonna actually talk about this. What sport is getting paid the most? Because I hear like Zach is always saying baseball is getting paid. No one gets
Worldwide,
paid
it's
more.
soccer.
Soccer.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
I think in the U.S. it's either NBA or
Damn, Zach, all of a sudden you're saying
MLB.
soccer because the cameras are on or something.
worldwide. I mean, I'm just saying the facts. I don't
Yeah,
know.
NBA
He-
had-
NBA is pretty crazy.
He thought baseball players get $20 a game or some shit. He didn't. He's doubting us,
Mbappe got offered like $1 billion
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a season.
which is
Wait, is that?
Yeah,
that's-
it's true.
Or it's like 700
He turned it
million
down,
for
though,
a
didn't he?
season. Yeah.
It's like this new Saudi league is just crazy.
Yeah.
It's
there's
like
they,
wild.
They have money that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Like,
How does that work though? Because when you sign for a big team like that, let's say you're Mbappe, do they just wire $1 billion just straight into your bank account?
No, it's a transfer fee between club to club. Okay, I don't know if I can get this correct, but I'm pretty sure like one club is transferring the money to the other club, and then they have a signing bonus for the player, which is a percentage of the transfer fee, and then the player has their salary, right? Isn't that the same with MLB?
I'm not sure about. No, I know Shohei's
No.
deal.
He's
He's getting his money in like 6 years or something. It's
No.
going to be paid out, right?
Shohei is actually really smart, and it's even like Mookie Betts did this. They deferred a lot of their money for later on. So Shohei for 10 years, I think, is making like $2 million. Like they're paying him $2 million, but it's also they could use that money to sign other guys.
It's to build the team.
But also you think about Shohei, he is
Holy, that's crazy.
probably the most famous athlete person in Japan. So he's getting all these endorsement deals. He probably doesn't even need that money. So then later on in his career or in life, he's just they're gonna pay him $40
And on the
million
other
a year.
side,
He's not gonna be playing.
On the other side too, for the Dodgers, a lot of people are giving the Dodgers shit for giving up that much money. But like you're saying with the endorsements, the amount of marketing he's going to bring to the Dodgers will double, triple what his contract is worth.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's insane.
I don't know what it was I saw, but they like within a week or even a couple days after signing him, his jersey sales, especially Dodgers fans, those people are
Yeah, I'm a Dodgers
they're
fan, so
yeah they
yeah.
live, breathe, eat Dodgers.
We bleed blue.
Yeah, so I mean, they probably
That's
don't
like me
make
with
that
Man
money
City.
back
Yeah,
easy.
for
But it's
sure.
also it's a big market team. Them, the
Really big.
Yankees.
What do you
And
think
it's-
about it?
Shohei?
Just the
Oh.
Dodgers and how the league's going to shift after this season.
It's gonna be crazy to watch.
Yeah.
You think, like Mookie said, that's gonna be at any team that plays them this year. It's gonna be the World Series, and you think about it, it is that entire lineup. They're all stars. They're all making
Yeah.
unreal money, and it's just exciting for baseball. I mean, I think people are glad to see Shohei out of
Get out of
Anaheim,
Anaheim. Yeah.
Anaheim, because they had talent, but
They
weren't
always
doing
fuck it up,
anything.
yeah.
I think that's the same with Trout. People just want to see him
It's
play
so
in the
sad,
playoffs.
dude. It's
Yeah.
so sad.
How much do you guys think is enough when it comes to money? Like, what is your man? That's enough.
I don't know if I could put a number on it, dude.
You can't?
No, because you never like. I don't know.
For me,
What's comfortable for you guys? Yeah.
oh, dude, like for like my life now, or what?
Just
or
what
like
do you
what's-
want? What is
I
going
would
to
be
make you
happy
comfortable?
with 50 mil. I don't have to have 600 mil. 50.
Yeah,
I'm
but
cool.
I think it's also like the way you have a business mindset. Some of these,
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
some of these athletes, they live a lifestyle, and you hear them go bankrupt when their career's over
Yeah.
because they can't sustain that lifestyle because they're not getting paid anymore.
feel
But
like
if you
gotta be,
play your
yeah.
cards right, you could even make $10 million in your career or in
I know.
your life.
I
And
wouldn't
if you-
complain about that.
Yeah, but if you're
Outside of the
smart
sport,
with
even.
it, you make investments. I mean, you could turn that into way more.
100%.
I know we got like a little
I know,
sidetrack,
I know.
but bro, welcome to Basement Talk.
Yeah, welcome,
Welcome.
to Basement Talk.
it's a
dude.
pleasure.
Yeah,
And we're catching you right before you're leaving for your season, so we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah.
of course, bro.
Things like this are always fun to do.
It's fun, dude.
Sit down
Chill
and
with the-
talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was lucky enough to meet you a couple weeks ago. I met your beautiful family. So it was a pleasure meeting you, and I'm happy to have you on. We're happy. Zach is stoked.
I'm
'cause
jazzed
He's
'cause
a
you're our
baseball
first
guy.
baseball
so
guy. I love
we
it.
want,
I'm
you're,
hyped, bro.
You're our first baseball player that's come on here.
Sweet.
You're our first
And
professional
I'm stuck with
baseball
these
player.
soccer players all day, bro. I need somebody on my team.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
we know how the
in
rivalry
Basement Talk,
is.
and you guys watching, we've had like a ton of like MMA. We've kind of done a couple other sports, a couple other things, but you're the first baseball guy to come on, which we really appreciate. So
Only dude who
I'm
can hit a
honored.
Thank you for
fastball
coming
on
to
that
Ba-
freaking
Basement
chair,
Talk,
dude.
bro.
Straight
Sure,
up.
Yeah, I'm honored. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
hopefully the first of many.
Oh, for
baseball
sure.
players.
man.
So,
Yeah.
And first of many episodes.
With
Yeah.
you, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we hope
yeah,
that-
that'd be,
Yeah.
when I'm back home next
Dude,
off
yeah.
season, we should just
Run
Let's
it
do
up.
it, dude.
Yeah.
But tell us like a little bit about your like background, like your family. How many siblings do you have?
So
I know you've got a pretty cool story. I've talked to you a little bit about it off camera.
I'm the oldest of 5, kind of blended family. So my dad and my stepmom have been together basically my entire life. And then I have my mom, obviously on my mom's side. But on my dad's side, yeah, oldest of 5, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I mean, we grew up at just playing sports. Soccer was one of my first sports, soccer and baseball, but I played soccer, baseball, basketball, and football.
Zach, it might be a 3v1 here.
But soccer was arguably my best. I stopped when I was 10, though, so
Dang.
who knows where that could have gone.
You would have been good. You're pretty athletic, so
Were you a center back?
No, I was a forward, left
Damn.
forward.
What made you
striker. I mean,
quit? Did you just want to play
No,
like a real sport, or what was the transition there?
No, I actually I stopped because of football. So
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
dad made me wait till I was 10 years old to play football.
Your dad's like,
Right
let's
when
go.
I turned 10, dropped
Saving the brain till
soccer
10?
and, Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to football, and I think like football was my favorite sport.
What position did you play in
Playing.
football?
So I grew up playing quarterback. Once I got to high school, my first 2 years I played quarterback and then transitioned over to receiver. And football is my best sport. Like I look back at like high school film from baseball and football. You would see 2 totally different athletes. It's like it was just
crazy.
way easier to be athletic on the football field, and it takes time to
A lot more freedom too.
Yeah, it takes time to learn that on the baseball field.
what would you say you were better at in high school, baseball or football?
Football.
Really?
Yeah, I actually probably started talking to schools. Like I gained more interest in football earlier than I did in baseball.
Oh wow.
And it's also like with baseball, you have so many kids now that grow up and that's the only sport they play. So I never played travel ball really.
Wow.
And so my only time playing baseball growing up was just during baseball season.
Just little league,
Little league. I mean, I would here and there play
like summer
with
league or
travel ball
whatever, yeah.
teams, but once baseball season was over, it was football.
Oh damn.
Especially at like my high school, I went to Helix in San Diego. Reggie Bush went there. We have a bunch of NFL guys. Football was
The sport.
the sport. Our coach coached at Florida, so he ran our program like a college.
yeah.
So like it was
You were the quarterback in high school?
the first 2 years.
Okay.
And then receiver.
What was
that
your 40-yard dash?
Back then, probably a 4.5, but now I'm way faster, stronger. I'd probably say I'd run like a high 4.3.
Oh my god!
I haven't timed it though,
Holy crap!
but just based on like my just sprint work and stuff, I think I was also small. Like in high school, I probably graduated at like 6 foot 150, 155.
It's Kobe's dream.
Yo, I wish I was like, yeah, dude. I wish I was like like 6 foot. I would be in the Prem right now. I'm not joking, bro. If I was 6 foot, I'd be in the Prem,
dude. What's the size in
Soccer's not
soccer?
size,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, but no, but
soccer.
like, no, I know, but I know
Maybe
this
just
is like an
mentally
excuse.
he'd be more confident.
Yeah.
Well, what's like?
No, Messi's like 5'4".
Yeah,
Isn't he like 5'4"?
Yeah, 5'2".
No, he's not that short.
he's a little fucker.
He's like 5'4", 5'5". You don't need
Yeah,
to be
but that
any.
dude is shifty.
He's
Oh,
crazy.
my
God.
Yeah.
Messi's
You
the
see
goat.
some of
the
these
goat.
guys,
He's the goat.
their footwork with the ball. You're just
You
like,
don't need to be like any special height.
Yeah.
You can actually be too tall in soccer and be like kind of
Just
it'll
too
throw you
lanky.
off.
Zoltan
Yeah.
or whatever.
Unless
Center
you're
of
Peter
gravity.
Crouch or someone crazy. But
Holland's
no,
pretty tall, right?
Holland's tall, but he's so shifty too.
Yeah,
it's
he's
crazy.
shifty.
So
how tall's Mbappe?
He's probably like
Ronaldo?
5'10".
I think he's
I don't
5'9",
think he's 6 foot.
5'10".
Is he?
I could look it
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought.
No, he's not that big. Yeah, Ronaldo's probably. He's probably.
Ronaldo's 6 foot.
6
Or
foot?
6 foot.
What about Zoltan? He's pretty tall, right?
Zlatan?
Zlatan? What's his name? Dude, I don't watch soccer, man. I put on the
Hey,
Dodgers
I don't
game,
even
man.
know who you're talking
yeah,
about, so-
dude. You know the guy with the
Zlatan.
ponytail, Zlatan? What, frick that guy.
okay,
You
no,
know what I'm
think of
talking about?
someone
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not
Whatever.
remembering
Yeah, he's
that,
like
dude.
6'3".
There's no way.
6'4". But yeah, dude, yeah, if I was a little taller, but yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Where did the love for baseball come in? When did you make the switch?
I mean, I always had that love for baseball.
Yeah.
I think I gravitated more towards football just because it just came so much more natural to me.
Yeah.
But once I got to college and that became my sole focus, like I started to learn the skills of baseball. So like baseball is such a like mental grind, and just you have to have the skill. Like anyone can really do it. You have guys who are 5'5", and then you have Aaron Judge who's 6'7", but it's just like the skill of it is what you have to learn, and just being able to hit a baseball really.
How hard is the difference in mentality in football and baseball?
I mean, football is just more intense. That's what I really loved about football, was being face to face with who you're playing, being able to just talk back and forth. In baseball, you're kind of separated
not
on the
contact,
field.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like I was a player, especially in high school, who was driven off my emotions. And in baseball, you have to learn not to do that.
Got to control them, yeah.
Yeah, so I just had to like learn how to control my emotions and use it to my benefit. Because like on the football field, if you get pissed off or something, I could use that to help me.
And
the
drop
next
your
play.
shoulder on somebody, yeah.
In baseball, if I get pissed off, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
If I'm
You're
trying
gonna overthrow
if I'm
the
out there
base.
trying to do something too much, it's game over.
You have to
from
be
there,
locked in.
so,
You ever been in like a brawl in baseball? Those are the craziest things.
Never
Dude, like I
full-out
see those
brawl.
on ESPN. They just throw the gloves and they just go.
Zach, didn't
mean,
you get in one?
Dugout versus
I didn't
dugout. Those are
I've been
crazy,
kicked
dude.
out of a game or two. I never got in like a fist fight, but I've swiped the first baseman's leg because I didn't fucking like him before. Yeah.
I mean, I've been in like bench clearing altercations. You look at like all these altercations in baseball. No one's really looking to
Nobody wants to throw hands in
actually
baseball.
fight. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you'll get like this guy, Amir Garrett. He played for the Reds. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I actually played against him this last year. Something was going on. They were barking back and forth at each other. He's a pitcher. All of a sudden, he's on the mound by himself, throws his glove, and runs up to their dugout and just starts throwing. And this dude's probably 6'4". He's a big dude, and just started throwing hands.
Some people are crazy.
Yeah.
Some people want
Baseball's
it.
crazy.
And there's definitely enforcers too.
Hockey, they
Yeah.
love it, right?
Yeah,
They
hockey.
just let
That's
you
like
do it.
everything.
So tell us about some of the schools that reached out to you. Like, So when did you know you were going to commit to baseball, not football?
Especially when you're getting so many offers from football.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't get offers from football at the time because it was still like my sophomore, junior year when schools are like starting to contact you. But I think going into my senior year of high school is when I decided that I was going to probably pursue baseball. And I actually wasn't going to play football my senior year. And then I think a couple weeks before the season started, our head coach asked me to come back and came back. And that was the best decision I made because that was the best year. And just my love for football was there, but I just wanted to focus on baseball. As far as like schools, because I played football, I learned this after I committed and was in college. A lot of schools didn't know if I was going to choose baseball or football, but I got recruited by a lot of like the West Coast teams, and then ultimately decided to go to Utah, which is in the Pac-12, and I wanted to play in the Pac-12, and I just saw that as the best fit. Because not saying I couldn't have at UCLA or USC. I wanted to play as a freshman, and I just felt that was my best opportunity. So I mean,
how crazy is it, like the speed of play going from like high school baseball to college? Because that's got to be a crazy jump.
Yeah, it's more difficult for some guys than it is for other guys. I think when you're more of an athlete, like I see, like what I said earlier, there's so many kids who specialize in one sport now, and I'm just sitting here like that's a terrible decision. And it's not their fault, it's parents. Because I think if certain sports can teach you certain things, like soccer, I think soccer is one of the best first sports to play.
Do you think you would be as good as you are then without those sports? Like if you just focused on baseball only, would you be as good as you are?
I truly don't think I would, because there's things that you had to do, like your body, each sport requires your body to do different things, and there's so many things on the football field that like just body control that I learned, and I think that like separates some guys from others. Is like I look at myself, there's things I can do on the baseball field that a lot of guys can't, but that's just because I grew up playing other sports, and I forced myself to be put my body in different things. So,
and you know the different disciplines in like football or soccer can transfer over to baseball, and you can use them in different areas too.
Yeah, and it's just about that was my thing with baseball, is I just had to learn how to do that, and I guess that's the best part about some of these guys who are athletes. It's easier to learn those things. Like you can't teach athleticism.
No, not at all.
But you can teach the skill of any sport, really.
Yeah.
So
It's funny you say that because, and you guys, I'm not going to say his name, but you guys are going to probably know who I'm talking about. But there's a surfer that we know who is absolutely fucking killing it. And he was my teammate in soccer.
Yeah.
And no one really knows he played. So it makes sense what you're saying.
That's
now,
actually a really good point.
right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about who you guys know who I'm talking about, right? But he is just winning everything now.
He's on tour.
And there's a lot of guys like that. I mean, you look at a lot of MLB guys, basketball guys, and you see them dunking or you see them throwing the ball around. Like Russell Wilson was a pitcher. There's like a lot of Patrick Mahomes used to be a pitcher. You know what I mean? Like,
player. And it's not like, I wouldn't say baseball necessarily helps you in other sports, but I think it's playing those other sports helps transition into baseball. But I think baseball also, I mean, every sport's a mental game, but especially baseball, because like guys in the Hall of Fame failed 7 out of 10 times. So like what other sport really, if you're failing more than you're succeeding, you're not going to even be a professional. Yeah. So it's just,
everybody strikes out.
Yeah.
Everybody strikes out.
Were you conscious playing those sports early on that it was going to apply later in life, like what you're talking about right now, or were you just playing them?
No, so I don't think I learned that till later on. Like probably when I got to college, because I saw like, oh, I can do certain things that other guys can't. But I think my dad understood what he was doing.
Was he hard on you?
Yeah.
But he like the car ride home was like pretty brutal.
Kobe's getting flashbacks.
Yeah, my dad whooped my ass.
Yeah, I got my ass beat. So
Yeah,
many
it
times.
definitely
From
like
sports, yeah.
my dad was definitely one of the like he was my coach in Little League. He was always like one of my coaches, and he would definitely get on me for certain things. But I think that just helped me. Like that helped me when I got older. When you have coaches getting on you, some guys
You already got that
crumble.
chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, some guys crumble, but having like my dad, it wasn't like, yeah, daddy ball is a real thing, but my dad was just.
Wait, what's daddy ball?
It's like bush league. Like there's
Yeah,
a lot
like
of
you'll
times
have-
in baseball where your dad's a coach and you get favored type of
Yeah,
thing.
like they'll be playing
Oh, yeah.
shortstop, and you're like,
But then there's other
this kid's way better
Yeah.
than him.
no 100%. But then there's
That's-
people like
that's
your
in
dad or
every
my
sport.
dad that we just get the ground balls hit to us harder, dude. It gets worse. Like it's not even daddy
that,
ball.
That really was it.
Yeah.
And it's funny. One of my best friends, his name's Josh Moran. Our dads always coached together, and so we were always on the same team.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a couple years ago. We kind of reconnected, and I was hanging out with them one off season, and we were talking. And it was funny. His dad was for me what my dad was for him. So his dad was the same with him. He would get on him,
Yeah.
and then my dad would go up to him and just
Be the safe place.
yeah. And then his dad was that for me. So it was just like it was a fun dynamic to grow up in, and like looking back at it now, it was cool to have like both of us to have that. So
and I'm sure you appreciate your friend's dad too, because he was a part of like
yeah.
I
And he-
had that with my buddy Nicky too, where it's
yeah.
like,
I think it's
cool.
They taught both of us just
You got the good amount of everything
Yeah.
from each of them type of thing.
But then I'd go home and then my
Yeah,
dad's still
just
there.
get
I'm like,
railed.
"Oh,
Yeah.
Come on.
I feel that. Baseball dads are
I'm
pretty
gonna go over to Josh's house.
Yeah, exactly. do you know what the best strike in baseball or the best pitch in baseball is?
The curveball.
No, I would say
Dude, what?
no.
No, it's a fact. I know the answer.
Oh.
Whoa.
Like what the best pitch in baseball is.
Okay, bro, you ain't got to flex on
No, I'm not
us.
flexing.
I
I'm
would
just saying
say
if you
like
know.
Jesus.
Like,
Yeah,
are you saying it's
dude.
like an actual pitch? I would say a high fastball.
It's just a strike, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just
the
playing
most
with you.
simple
I
answer.
knew it was a
That's
tricky
like
question.
so stupid, bro.
You're so dumb. Dude.
That is true.
Yeah.
Unless you throw it like where I want it.
That's the spot.
Zach, you were a catcher, right?
Yeah, I was a catcher. I was a catcher. third
Catchers make
baseman.
some like you look around the big leagues and just baseball in general. Some of the best coaches were catchers. 'Cause
Yeah.
they have to.
They're
know
manning
everything.
everything. Yeah.
They're like the quarterback of.
That's why I
of
didn't make it. I had
baseball.
ADHD, bro. I couldn't. I was in high school. I had to learn 40
This
signs.
kid
I was
standing behind
scrambling.
you while you're hitting, dude. Jesus.
Oh, you would chirp to people, huh?
Yeah, I would
That's-
chirp. I would chirp.
We'll have some catchers.
You know,
who'll be talking
everybody's got
to
a
you.
loud teammate.
Does
That
the coach
that was
like
me. I
tell
was
the
the
catchers
chirper.
to do that?
No,
The
but
catchers
there's-
just know.
I had
there's
some
some
coaches though
guys
that
who-
would be like, chirp at this guy, like give.
I
type
mean,
of
you
that
kind
thing.
of, especially like now, we're
That's
playing
such a Zach job.
we're playing guys or the same team in a series.
Yeah.
In AAA 6 times
Yeah.
during the week. So like, say someone does something that's bush league
Yeah.
or like that we didn't agree with, everyone kind of knows like
He's
you're either
getting
gonna
bound.
hit him or
Yeah.
we're just gonna like make his life
Hell.
a little harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High and in every pitch.
Yeah.
So in the Pac-12, did you guys win the Pac-12 one season?
We won the Pac-12 my freshman year.
And
We-
I saw that you're the fastest one on the team, and you can run around
Yeah,
the bases.
4.3, 40.
You can run around the bases in 14 seconds or under. That's what I read.
Yeah. First off, God given. Like some of those things, like I said, you can't teach, but all glory to God. He just gave me the ability to do some things that other guys can't. But yeah, I mean, that year, that actually was that came down to the last, that was the last series of the year. And that was like for the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah.
I think so. We were playing Washington that weekend, and I think they needed to win if they won 2 games, so we played our series in college for 3 games. If they won 2 games that series, we would have tied, which would have sucked.
Yeah.
We just needed to win, I think, 1 game maybe. And they won the first game. Saturday was when I hit that inside the park home run.
I saw that.
That was Saturday. So we won Saturday, and it came down to the game Sunday. Is either we're going to tie for the Pac-12 or we outright won it. And I don't even know what happened. We beat that. I think it was like 21-7. I remember I was on second base, and I think their shortstop was his name was Graffinino. His dad played in the big leagues. I remember him coming up to me. He's like, "Can we just get this game over with?" I looked at him. I was like, "Dude, I don't think anyone wants this game over more than us."
Yeah.
We're like, because anything could happen. Obviously, it's going to be hard to come back from that deficit, but
Are you guys just sack bunting at that point or trying to get out of
I
it?
mean, you're
Holy
just
crap,
trying to
that's
put
sick.
together good at bats and just get ready for
Yeah.
postseason. But I mean, that was a fun weekend. It was funny because we did not have a winning record that year.
Wow.
That's
But
crazy.
You guys won the Pac-12.
In league games, we could not lose. I think we only lost 1 Pac-12 series that year, but had a losing record
Yeah.
and made it to the postseason.
It's like the Chiefs of baseball. Just get them in the postseason, bro. They'll start winning.
How did that feel winning?
Especially your freshman year.
Yeah,
dude.
that's crazy.
You just got into it.
It was unreal, and I think what made it better is I was a part. Like, I wasn't, not saying everyone on the team had contributed in it, whether you were on the bench, whether you played an inning or not. But I think just being one of the guys on the team my freshman year,
You weren't just
main-
another
yeah,
freshman
you're the
on the
main-
bench
you were
Yeah.
type of
playing,
thing.
yeah.
and to actually like impact in that way, like on the field, it was an awesome feeling. And I give credit to the upperclassmen because obviously I don't know how it was at other
Yeah.
schools, but there was a good solid group of upperclassmen that year that really helped. They're great leaders. I'm still in contact. We'll talk here and there with them, but they really were the heart of that team. And without those upperclassmen, like, we wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And those guys endured so many years of being the laughing stock of the Pac-12
yeah.
because they were like, I think at that point, my freshman year was probably, I think, our 7th year in the Pac-12, and Utah was never really.
Was this
great
the
in it.
first time the schools won it for baseball?
That was the first Pac-12 championship at Utah.
Like in any
What?
sport.
Yeah, because we're still, that was, I think, 6th or 7th year in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
So that was,
Did you get like a ring? or something?
yeah,
Of course.
Dude,
yeah. I
that's
got
sick.
a ring. I still have it. It wasn't
That's fire.
the greatest ring, but
Still cool.
I'm sure a lot of those
Yeah.
upperclassmen too had to take a step back for guys like you to get playing time and stuff like that too, which takes a lot.
yeah. So I think starting that season, I was splitting time with the center fielder, the other center fielder, who the year before he was all Pac-12. So
Oh,
he
damn.
was pretty good, but
That's
he was one of those
that's
guys who
crazy.
just didn't want to play professional. Like, he could have got drafted out after the year prior
Yeah.
to my freshman year, but he just didn't want to. I don't know what really happened, but he actually ended up quitting. But that
really.
was after I kind of solidified myself
spot.
as the starting
Yeah.
center fielder. But yeah, he actually ended up
Dang, that's
ditching
crazy.
us.
Yeah.
I don't know what the whole story there was.
Oh,
but
that's lame.
I mean, it just goes, you got to trim the fat
Yeah.
sometimes, you know?
Oh, that's how it happens. I know you had a really big injury that you had to overcome too, correct?
Yeah, it sucked too because it was the last game of my sophomore year. I think it was against Arizona State. And I was going to play in the Cape Cod League, is a summer league. I don't know if you
I've heard of it.
heard of it.
Yeah.
It's the best. Like, all the top draft prospects go there. Like, there's either their freshman or sophomore year that summer. So I was going to go play for Falmouth, which was, I don't know where, it was in the Cape Cod somewhere. And then there was talks about going to play for Team USA, or at least like try out for the collegiate Team USA team.
Yeah.
It was the first inning of the game.
No way.
Kid hits a ball. He smoked it too. And at Utah, the center field fence was 420 feet out there. So, like, on average, the average length or distance is like 400 feet, 405 feet.
It's a
so
deep
it was a big field.
Yeah.
And he hits it, and just off the bat, I didn't think, because of how he hit it, I was like, I didn't think it was gonna go out. So I'm full speed running back, and then I like turn my head to like kind of look for the wall, and just straight into it.
It was
my
right
knee
there when you looked?
Yeah, and that was
Is there a video of it?
yeah.
Holy crap.
I could pull it up. It's
I saw the clip. It was
somewhere.
good,
Yeah,
bro.
Jeez.
it was brutal. I remember I was sitting there with my, like, holding my leg like this. I was trying to force it back in, and our left
Wait,
fielder.
your knee was out.
No,
Like,
it was my hip.
Your
So
hip
I
was
fractured and dislocated my hip. So like I was laying there like this. 'cause
Mind you,
my
that's
hip
one of like
was-
the craziest.
My hip
injuries
was
is
out
hip
like this
injury.
way. And obviously I didn't know, but I just knew something was wrong. Our left fielder comes running over. He thought it was my knee because I'm holding my knee. And I was trying to like push it back.
Oh,
and I ended up
bro.
like laying in a position on my side with my leg over. I could not move for hours. And at Utah, we were at Utah. To get to the hospital, you had to go up the mountain basically. And it was the most excruciating car ride I've ever experienced. Every bump, everything was so bad.
Hey guys, yes, I'm on a private jet, and none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Zill Media. If you need any social media or any content done, or even start a podcast like ours, they are the best in the business. Go to zillmedia.com and mention Basement Talk for a discount on their services. Now let's get back to the episode.
Let's get off this fake jet. Go get back to the episode.
Tell these guys too. I mean, baseball walls, like the back of the field, will be padded, but it's a thin padding.
Yeah.
Well,
if it
so
is
I mean,
padded.
you look at like most of these walls in these stadiums, a lot of them are chain link and a
Yeah.
pad.
With, like,
so
the
it has
green tarp type of
forgiveness.
thing.
There we had a grass berm in the outfield.
Oh my.
So it was concrete and pad.
Ah.
So there was after that pad, it was
hitting earth.
Yeah. And I mean,
That's wild.
the wall won that one.
So the wall definitely won that one. So you get an injury like that, and you're looking at your future. How hard is that like to overcome and to get out of and to get comfortable, like swinging, running, everything again?
It was it was, I think mentally it was the hardest.
Yeah.
Because I kind of, like, my body is going to recover, but it was also an injury that is not common in sports. Like, it wasn't one of these injuries where you have a set timeline. You know, this month you should be around doing this activity. Yeah. This month you're doing this activity. I remember when it happened, the doctors came in and they're like, don't think about baseball. They're like, I still remember, they're like, there's a chance you don't walk the same again. And I remember just sitting there, like, I was also drugged up.
Yeah.
Drugged up. I didn't realize until after I got out of the hospital because they were
What were they
oxy.
putting in you?
It was oxy.
Oh, wow.
Oxycodone.
Yeah. Jeez, dude.
It was funny
good
because
stuff.
I remember telling my parents after, I was like, I did not realize how strong those drugs are until when I was looking back at it, I felt like I was on a cloud the entire time, but I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
It was like every 2 hours. It got to a point, because I think one of my friend's girlfriends at the time worked in the hospital. She was a nurse, and she came in to talk to me, and she's kind of telling me about, like, be careful with the painkillers. If, like, you're gonna need them, so it's fine to take them, but be careful.
They get addictive.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people, it was very addictive. So I remember I was in the hospital and I told them, because they were giving it to me every 2 hours. I told them, I was like, just give it to me when I ask for it, because I was like, I don't want that to happen.
100%.
And like, it could happen without you even.
And it usually starts
trying.
with an injury like that, and then it turns into a problem.
So, and then I remember them telling me, they're like, your pain tolerance must be unreal, because people, they're like, with that injury, which they say normally happens in car accidents, so like, they have to, like, live
They have
off
to be
those
looped up.
things. But
how did that feel though? Them telling you may never walk again.
And not to think about
I know you were
baseball.
drugged up, but like when you did come to a realization, what was going through your head?
I mean, that was difficult to hear, but I think just inside me, I knew like I wasn't like it's not gonna be me.
Yeah.
I just had something in the back of my mind. I remember them telling me that, but I don't think I ever took it like, oh my God, this could be me. I think I just went into my rehab and was just ready to go. I remember I was sitting in the bed and coaches come in, it was after the game. And the first thing I said to him, I said, I'll play the first game next year. And they're like, just slow down. I'm still in the hospital bed. I haven't even had surgery. They're like, just relax. And I remember the first game next year, I was playing and I went up to them. I said, I told you. And they're like,
oh, that was sick.
Sick.
Yeah.
How long was the recovery though?
Yeah, I don't think I was fully recovered for a couple years after. So I was still rehabbing. I dealt with injuries after it. It was a lot of soft tissue stuff. My hamstrings, my quads, nothing serious.
Was it all your left side because of that?
No, it was both. So like
because you were probably nursing some side.
Overcompensating, so other things are working harder here. My mechanics probably changed in running. And so my body was just not able to withstand that. It wasn't until probably 2-3 years ago that I'd say I was fully recovered. So like, yeah, I don't think I was the same player as far as just being comfortable out there. It wasn't like I was playing nervous, but it was just...
You're not fully yourself.
Yeah.
Would you say that was one of your rock bottom moments?
For a second, I think. Looking back at it now, and I'm in a totally different headspace than I was then, and I'm a totally different person, and I'm big and got bigger into my faith than I was then. I truly believe it was God slowing me down, because you gotta think about it. I was an underclassman on this team. I was one of our top players. I was one of the better players in our league.
Coming off a chip too.
So I totally like had not an arrogance, but like I just thought I was the man. And I was going about things just uncharacteristic. Like, nah, I wasn't out there like, oh, I'm way better than you guys. But I just had just a cockiness.
A little ego to you.
Yeah. To it. Like I knew like, oh, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And I think that was his way of just slowing me down and just putting things into perspective. Like, hey, I could take this away from you like that.
Nobody will humble you like
Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah,
do you guys think a level of ego is needed though to get,
100%.
Sure.
Well, I mean, ego, confidence.
Not so much. I mean, yeah, you have to have a confident
I think you have to have a
personality.
little bit.
But you have to in professional sports.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have some sort of like confidence or swag to be able to like go inside of a stadium, even a college stadium, and perform. You gotta have some sort of like it factor.
You can have like a healthy ego too. You know what I mean?
Explain that then.
Just having a sense of like humbleness of yourself, being like in reality, not being like out of consciously like super confident, like unbelievable shit. But then on the other hand, you have to have that belief in yourself when nobody else does to get to the
Yeah, but I think it
place you're
also, like with Kobe, you look at Kobe, his confidence came from his work ethic. Like, so he put himself in these situations in practice. We hear all these stories about this guy is the greatest work ethic probably ever.
4 a.m.
Yeah. So it's like it's a confidence in your work ethic, and it's like I think there's a difference of confidence like that and blind. Just
there's like earned confidence.
Yeah, like I am around guys who are just the most confident guys, and it's just like you're not doing anything really extra, so it's just like crazy to see some of these guys' confidence, but it's all power to them because they're where they're at. They're where
they're at.
99% of guys aren't. So I mean, it works for them. But actually, speaking with Ed today, I think a difference something he helped me see is you should have a certain level of cockiness and confidence, but it's not confidence in ourselves. Like we're all people. Everyone's relatively the same, but you have that confidence in our Lord and Savior, our Creator, that helps us get through these things. And like I could have the confidence. I know I may go out there and strike out 4 times in a game, but that doesn't mean tomorrow I can't have 4 hits. And it's just having that belief and faith that no matter what happens, like He's always there with you. And some of these things you're meant to go through. So
trusting God is way better than trusting yourself.
Sure. This last year is kind of when I gotta give credit to my beautiful girlfriend over here.
Woo-woo.
I like really kind of is when last off season I really started to really dive deeper into it than I have growing up, and I just had this level of calmness last year. Like I still went through the same ups and downs, slumps here and there, but I always knew God was with me. So it didn't matter if I went 4 for 4 or 0 for 4. I always felt like I was in the same place in my mind, and I just thought it was a different level of peace.
Yeah,
in my heart.
You knew
in
everything
my mind.
was right.
Yeah, like I wasn't stressing like, oh, I gotta play like this because I want to get promoted to AAA or I want to get to the big leagues. It's gonna happen when it happens. Obviously, I want it to happen sooner than later, but that might not be His timing for me.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So what were you a junior? Or were you a senior when you got drafted into the league?
A junior.
That's
so
crazy.
It was after my junior year.
Wow.
So what made you make that decision junior year?
It is funny because that was after my injury, but that was my best year statistically.
Yeah.
And I knew I was one of the better players in the country. Hearing from scouts and my agents, I was high up on people's boards. But I think something that kind of, I was very blessed and fortunate to where I got picked. But people were scared with my injury, and they had every right to be. Like back then, the draft process was hell. I hated it because, like, looking at it, there was guys I had better numbers than, I was better than, and they didn't have to do certain things that I had to do, like leading up to the draft, like pre-draft workouts, and doctors wanted to see me. They're like team doctors.
How many physicals did you do?
A ton.
Dude, so wait, they
I don't
choose,
understand. Yeah.
No, they choose like isn't it tests, like high jump tests, sprint tests,
or not as much in baseball.
Yeah, not so much in baseball. I mean, they're starting to do it more now. It's like a draft combine, but they started that a couple years ago, so I didn't do all that.
So the MLB wanted you to do these tests because you were hurt?
Well, so no, it wasn't the MLB. It was certain teams. So actually, like, I remember my agents called me and the A's. So the A's were one of the teams I thought was going to draft. It was like this is one of the 4 or 5 teams. I was like, will probably take me. They called my agents and they wanted me to fly out to, I think it was Oakland, and they wanted their team doctor to see me and just see how my hip was. And I had conversations with my agents and ultimately decided not to go. It could have helped and it could have hurt me, because apparently what I learned is whatever they found then, they had to report to every other team. So my agents, and it could have happened. I mean, it could have and could have not happened, but they told me I can go in there. They could see everything's perfectly fine the way it should be, but they can just say something's wrong in order to get me cheaper.
Yeah.
So because they knew they had to report it to all the other teams.
Then
so
it blackballs you to all the other teams.
There's a chance
they get an
That's
opportunity.
wild.
There's a chance they could
It's
do
all
that.
negotiation.
Well, and it gets super shifty with the scouting.
But
Dang, that's like,
that was a hard decision because it also could have been the other side. So I think it was just a risk we didn't want to take.
It's the
think
smartest
that's a
move
good
in that
decision.
position.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
a good. I think it was a good decision, but
Mind you, the A's farm team sucks.
yeah, but it would be nice to be
Yeah,
their
true.
big league team last.
Their big
Everyone
league
says their
team is
big
good.
league team's like a AAA team.
Yeah, my cousin
got
got jacked around in their minor league
Yeah,
system.
they
for a
got some
little
good
bit.
play. They got some good players in their farm system, but big league wise,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just about opportunity
wild.
for sure, for sure.
with all that. So
And it must have sucked, dude. Like watching these guys, you know you're hitting better, you know that you're a better defender than them, and it's just because of an injury that they're getting the opportunity. It's
dude,
tough.
I remember because I could have got taken the first night of the draft, which I think was the first 2 rounds. I want to say first 2 rounds, I believe. I remember not going, didn't get a call, and I remember going out to my car and crying, just because I was just so angry and frustrated. I saw guys getting taken before me. I'm like, my numbers were better than yours. More, I can do anything you can and more on the baseball field. So that was hard for me. But I think once I got that call, was the next morning, my agents called me early, and they're like, so these are the 2 teams that are calling us right now, is the Yankees and the Twins. And I was like, the Twins? I don't even remember talking to the Twins ever. And the Twins ended up taking me, and it was just a massive weight lifted off my shoulders, because I was like, I'm done with this process. Like, let's get to business.
On to the
now.
next.
Yeah. So
how was that feeling calling your dad?
Yeah, I was gonna say who was the first call after.
Yeah.
your
well,
agent?
actually, it was with my family. I was at
Okay.
home,
Sick.
and I remember, I think we were sitting in the living room, and I was standing up behind the couch, and I got a call. I think it was my agents. I think my agents were calling me, so I'm answering. I'm talking to them, kind of, I'm walking around,
Watching it
like,
on TV too.
I'm walking around, and then my parents, or just everyone in the living room, I start hearing people start
Talking.
like, and I'm like, what's going on? And I guess they knew before I did. I guess the
MLB Network.
the Twins
Yeah.
took me, and that was awesome. I mean, it was a dream, and I was so fortunate to get picked where I was, and I gotta thank the Twins for that opportunity. So yeah, it was.
That's crazy.
Although it wasn't what I was hoping for, but it was still a chance, an opportunity. Like,
It's your pathway.
that's all. Yeah.
And
That's
God's
awesome.
gonna make the best path from there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's what you
Yeah.
just have to trust, bro.
Yeah, that's sometimes when you're in it, that's the hard part, is trusting him. But I think that's the meaning of the
Yeah, it'll
word.
pay.
I know
faith.
you're
You
gonna
just
have some.
to have that blind.
You're gonna have
faith
some
at
big seasons
times.
coming up.
Yeah,
You're gonna do really well. I know it.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I mean, knowing I got God behind me, like,
You're set.
no one's gonna stop
Who
me.
can
Yeah.
stop you,
Like,
bro?
come
Yeah,
on now.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
It's the best drug.
No, 100%.
What how's your like training schedule now? Like how are you staying fit?
So I'm
Diet.
Diet, yeah, what's
Diet,
everything
so-
doing?
Carnivore diet.
Shit,
vegan.
Kobe's bulking, as you can see.
Yeah. Been bulking for a couple
Bro, this
years.
dude's crazy, dude. I like lost weight. I'm trying to look good.
Kobe calls me today. Yo, guess how much I weigh? I'm like 200. I'm like, he's like, no, 169. I'm like, oh, yeah, bullshit.
200.
I never weighed 200. I've never weighed that.
Like that, he's overshooting.
Yo, all you guys watching too,
220
he
plus.
always chirps me for my weight. I'm not even big, dude. Like, why do you gotta
Hey guys,
talk
this
about
is,
my weight?
Hey, the camera. They say the camera makes you look skinnier. I don't know.
No, I thought the camera adds
Yeah,
I know. I
yeah,
just made that up.
Who knows?
Damn,
but-
dude. You need to cut your hair.
Yo, when
Yeah,
I
I
shut
kind
the
of got more
fuck
hair
up.
than head over here. Don't
Okay,
listen
Yeah, I
to
could
relax.
flip you around and mop the floors, dude.
Shut the fuck
Mop
up.
Yeah,
it.
there's some good flow over there, though.
Wanna be
said,
Jason
"Don't
Bateman.
stop."
Wanna be
Fuck up,
Jason
dude.
Bateman.
Dude,
You have a
this guy.
fucking perm, dude.
Wait, this is no perm, dude. All natural.
Dude, okay.
All natural.
Actually, we don't need to get it. We did a lie detector, and it was like, Zach, do you have a perm? And
You guys brought a lie detector in?
We did that. You know, have you seen that one guy, like the
John
lie detector
Rogan.
guy, the old guy with the beard?
The lie detector
does
guy.
it.
Is
And
on
by the way, I
Reddit.
don't
you've
have-
probably
yeah.
seen it
Yeah.
when this comes
It'll
out.
come out
yeah.
before, but I don't have a perm, dude. You
Yeah,
know I
you
don't
guys
have a
saw
perm.
that
Don't
episode.
put that
We
out
did
there.
The
John
lie
Rogan.
detector said different.
All right, Kyler is
Wait,
freaking
wait.
Chinese.
You
What the hell,
He
dude?
failed it. He
Like,
failed it. He said he had a perm.
call me out
I
like
might
that.
be-
dude.
His heart went like this.
You know it's not true, too.
Hey man, hey man. We
It's
don't need
the
to get
lie
into that.
detector said Zach likes me more than him.
Yeah,
That's
It's fucked
sick.
up, dude.
which is fucked up.
It also,
But
Everyone-
honestly, right now I'm liking Kobe more than Kyler. If I'm being
that's
honest.
okay, dude. That's okay. But diet,
Who would like him more than me, bro?
diet training.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
like? Yeah. How's your
So
training?
it's funny because when I first get home, like obviously I'm on the other side of the country. I don't.
Yeah.
My favorite place in the world is In-N-Out. Yeah, I like this. My last week here, I told Tori, I was like, "Be ready. We're gonna have In-N-Out 3 or 4 times this week."
You like Five Guys though?
Five Guys is okay. It's good. The Five Guys is like the place I'll go to when I'm not here because we don't have it.
I don't like
In-N-Out.
Five Guys. They wrap it in the tin foil. It's just not the
The
same.
It's
fries
not.
are good. The fries are.
Dude, it tastes
pretty
like
good,
metal.
I
but
mean,
In-N-Out.
it's good, but
And
you're
it's
also,
more expensive,
You also
dude.
have to file for bankruptcy after.
Yeah,
you
literally,
get a Five
dude.
Guys.
It's
You
like
gotta- you
$50
gotta-
for
you gotta-
a
yeah,
number
dude.
2 over there, dude. Fuck that.
It's a lot.
I've been wanting to do the 20 by 20
No,
challenge.
Kyler just wants Five Guys.
20 by 20.
Is that?
We're not gonna give
I
that
like
comment
I
any
like
attention.
Five Guys.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your order? Not from that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you get what I'm talking about.
that's good.
Dude.
Oh man,
Kyler
that's
wants
crazy.
Five Guys extra meat. All right.
Five
roll
guys
out.
extra meat.
What's your diet, brother? No.
Five guys extra meat.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
dude.
but I know
No,
that's
but-
perfect for Kyler.
I mean, diet is, I think, one of the biggest things as far as like being an athlete and just living a normal, healthy life in general. Because you see all these foods we're eating now, and it's some of these guys. I play with some guys who are, I mean, our games are done late, eating McDonald's and I'm guilty of it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I try to focus on my diet as much as I can because I know I've felt it sometimes. I'll eat something bad. I'll eat McDonald's late at night one night because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds so good. Right after, I'm like, that was the worst decision ever.
What's like how different is it college baseball to pro? Like your pro schedule, what's it like Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday? Because it's probably
So in pro ball now, I mean, we play 6 days a week.
like games.
We play 6 games. Once the season starts, 6 games a week. So Tuesday through Sunday, Monday off. Ooh, excuse me.
Tuesday through Sunday, Monday off.
But basically, I mean, like, especially in the AAA and big league level, typically, guys, we know what we need to do to get ready for a game. So it's just basically just preparation for each game. And I mean, you're working on things here and there. But once season comes, you're playing a game and you don't want to be sitting out there thinking about your mechanics.
Dang, soccer's totally different.
How many games?
It's
is it?
one game a week.
Oh,
See
wow.
that? Yeah.
And then competition, like if you're in a tournament, you'll have a game on a Wednesday, game on a Sunday or a Saturday. So you're training like a normal like season would be training Monday morning. We would have training at 9 a.m. every day. Then gym at like 2 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday. Then we would travel to wherever we'd have to play on the Friday night or Saturday morning early and go play in the stadium over there. Either travel home that night, stay in the hotel, travel home the next day. But we were usually either off Sunday or Monday, which is like way different because game every night. That's wild. I guess it's different. And I'm obviously different sports, but that's wild.
I'm sure you can attest to it, like in comparison to like the NBA G League or like a pro-am like soccer. I mean, minor league baseball is the toughest.
Yeah,
That's it, yeah, especially just travel-wise. I mean, AAA, I think the higher up you get in the system, and obviously AAA is just step under the big leagues where, I mean, you're just, hopefully it's great life. I'll find out soon enough. But it's hard, especially in the lower levels, because you're traveling on buses, and you'll get done with the game Sunday, and you got to be somewhere the next day, or you have off day, but you got to go to that place. So you're on a bus for 10 hours, 7 hours, whatever it is. AAA, we fly, unless it's like they're within like 3 hours or something, which is a couple teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's the difficult part. We're also flying commercial still, and I think the big leagues, they'll fly private.
which is very helpful because then
Yeah,
you're not around babies crying and stuff.
You don't have to go through TSA.
Yeah.
You don't have to check your
How hard is that getting the
bags.
whole team on the flight?
I mean, we're all a little
Pretty
older.
good.
We're not.
You don't have any party animals on the team
so
yet?
we kind of know the deal, and
Yeah.
we all. I mean, we're trying to get just on the flight as soon as possible. Let's just
Wait, yeah, what do
get
you
on
mean
there
by
and go.
that? How hard?
And just like if there is like any teammates that are hard to get on the plane, like they're partying in the
they're
city the night before,
Oh.
like getting like wild.
No, I mean
Yeah.
not necessarily. I mean, you'll
That's
have
pretty
guys,
professional.
You'll have guys who will go to the bar in the airport and will drink or
Yeah.
something. Funny story. I think it was my sophomore year. It was freshman or sophomore year. We were playing U of A, and they were ranked. They were the number 7 team ranked in the nation at the time, and we were in Arizona playing them. We ended up sweeping them.
Damn.
And for some, normally in
What
college,
What year was it?
I want to say either 2016 or 2017.
It wasn't the year they won. They won a couple years before.
No,
that, right?
it wasn't that year, but they were one of the best teams in the nation. They're
Yeah.
number 7 at the time. We swept them, and normally in college, our game on Sunday, we play early, so then we fly back to Utah after the game. For some reason, I don't know. I don't remember if we played a late game or what. We didn't fly back until the next day. And so we just swept the number 7 team in the nation.
Y'all are up.
The upperclassmen got after it. Some of the guys we had some of the guys on the team that just got at. We're in Arizona, the U of A, party squad.
I've never been over there.
So they're so especially some of the guys who are old enough to drink were just out
Going at
living it up. We didn't have a game the next day. Normally it was an off day. We were traveling.
Yeah.
And he's one of my boys. He's older. He ends up missing the bus to the airport.
Oh no.
Because I think apparently we had guys who fell asleep on like a grass hill. Dude, guys were hammered.
No way.
He ends up missing the bus to the airport and missing the flight.
Yeah.
So I think he was calling our coach, and our coach basically was like, you got to figure out a way back by yourself.
Damn.
And I was just one of these. I was lucky. I didn't go out. I didn't
Yeah,
do
you got
anything.
on.
But I was like, damn. Could you imagine being
Could've
in that
been me,
position? Right?
yeah.
Luckily, he was one of the guys on the team, so he did. It wasn't too bad for him. But
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Dude, we traveled to Madrid one night. It was the night before we played Real Madrid. And
the fuck
man.
did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I was a captain, bro.
Okay.
You can't go out.
He's capping.
But you just said you went out before the game.
No, I said the night before. Okay, whatever,
You're
bro.
not playing anymore. You're not gonna get in trouble, bro.
No, I actually
I
didn't
gotta
go
watch
out,
what I
though.
say.
I actually didn't go
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
though. But we were playing Real Madrid, and it was a Friday night, and my coach was like, whatever you guys do, just please don't go out tonight, because Madrid's the biggest city in Spain.
Yeah.
So it's like anything on a Friday night is like popping off. Like it's crazy in Madrid.
Yeah.
We're in the center of Madrid. We have Real Madrid the next day, live on TV. So this dude is like, nobody go out. 2 of my teammates end up sneaking out.
Did you guys have a?
And there were 2 starters.
Oh, really?
There were our defenders. So they go out, they get caught on the cameras walking through the hotel.
Oh no.
And my coach, I had to have a talk with my coach. I'm like, hey, I need these guys
Yeah.
on the
You
field.
didn't snitch though, did you?
Wait.
No, they caught the players.
Oh, they already
walking
caught 'em,
through.
okay.
How
Wait,
did they
who-
watch
yeah.
the cameras?
Our coaches had access to everything.
You think they're
fuck?
just sitting in their room with their
Yeah.
laptops?
Yeah,
No shot. I bet the
or-
coaches were
Kobe's
out
not
too.
playing. Like
No.
watching the cameras and shit.
I would, now that I'm older, I was like 17, but now that I'm older, I'm thinking maybe they told one of the lobby guys to call if they see one of the players. I don't know. However they caught him, they caught
They
him.
got in trouble. Yeah.
And they were super strict about that, because if we were out after the game, they don't care.
Yeah.
And I had to have a talk with my coach the next day. I said, hey, if you can please let these boys, like, I need these
Yeah.
guys on the field, just like give them a shot, and then you can suspend them for a week. Like, just this game is big. And
Yeah.
and they actually ended up playing, but they were in big trouble, dude. So like,
You guys lost too, huh?
we lost. Yeah, we got killed on TV.
See, that's I think the different like with football, the NFL. Even I saw it at Utah. You're playing once a week, and college you're playing Saturdays. Obviously, NFL is on Sundays.
Yeah.
But it's like the night before the game. So at Utah, Friday night, they would even if they were at home, they would go stay in a hotel, the whole team, so they could make sure guys aren't. They could
Control the team.
just be able to have better control of
Yeah.
the team. Like you don't have guys
For
all
sure.
at their houses.
Yeah.
But yeah, they even at home the night before the game would stay in, and and it's understandable. You're playing once a week, like
Yeah.
Makes
okay,
sense,
just
yeah.
don't go out this one night.
Yeah,
because
It's not
Yeah.
that hard to
especially
do.
Playing football, soccer.
We had a big
the-
squad too. We travel with, I don't know how many people you guys, I think I asked you off camera. How many people did you guys travel with? Because we traveled with 21 people
So
on the bus.
Baseball's more, huh?
Yeah.
I think.
So
I don't know.
the big
Yeah.
league roster is
Yeah.
26,
26.
man. AAA, I think it might be like 30, 31 or something like that. I
Okay.
don't remember. in
Our
college.
team had like 25 players, but the 21 travel, 18 kit up.
Oh, so you had
Oh,
guys
yeah.
travel and not even.
No, not dress. And then 11 start.
Oh wow.
And one of the 18 was a goalkeeper, a second keeper. Sometimes a third keeper
Dang.
would be one of the guys not keeping.
So where would the guys who didn't
Just sit in the
suit up?
stadium.
Really?
Or they could walk around the field while the
It's a
team's
shitty
warming
feeling.
up with
Yeah.
like the music playing and stuff.
Were they just in like the normal seats?
They were really cool. Those kids were probably some of the guys that would travel and not play. They were like 15 years old.
Oh, that's sweet then.
They're
That's
sometimes
They're just
sometimes
observing.
You might
yeah,
have
or
been
like a
a-
player that was injured, but like he's about to come back in. So like worst case, we travel, a guy gets sick or something, we can put a shirt on him and have.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was crazy, dude. I miss that so much.
yeah. There's
Until you have to travel all the time. I'm sure he's tired of traveling so much.
No, bro, enjoy it.
Well-
you know, my dad said to me last night, seriously, last night, my dad said to me, and I don't know when this is going to drop, this episode's going to drop, but my dad said, if you were to go back and play soccer again, what would you do different? And my dad's thinking like, maybe I was going to say, oh, like work on my speed or
Yeah.
do this. You know what I told my dad? I said,
Enjoy
just
it?
enjoy it.
yeah.
Like, I wish I can just go back and be on the field and just have fun.
Yeah.
Bro,
it's-
I was so like, just like you said, I was so uptight. I was so stressed out. Like, I didn't know where I was going to be. I didn't know what my next contract was going to be.
Yeah.
And now it's over, dude. So now all I could do is sit here and like live through you,
Yeah,
which I'm like
it's-
excited, dude. I'm excited to meet you. I'm going to come watch you play.
Yeah.
All the athletes that we have on, I'm excited to live through you guys. That's why
We're
Basement
just
Talk is
washed up
special too, you know?
podcasters.
Yeah.
No, we're not washed up podcasters, but bro,
We're
like
failed
I miss
athletes.
playing, you know?
Yeah,
I miss it. So if I could tell you, like, just enjoy your life, bro. You're blessed.
Yeah.
Life is good, dude. Enjoy playing.
It's definitely while you're in it at times
It's so tough.
It's hard because you're grinding like
Yeah.
especially like for us when playing 150
Yeah.
160 games when you're on game 100 you're tired and it's just like okay I got to go do it again so you
Yeah.
kind of take things for granted but I think like so what you said you just have to enjoy the process more like because it's always in sports it's like the next thing
Yeah.
how can I get better how can I do this
You're very focused
How-
on the
yeah.
future.
So it's I think at times it's key to be able to just slow down and just like for me, I try to even when I'm just sitting in the locker room, we had guys. So in AAA, it's a very different dynamic. We had guys. We had one player who was 22, 23, and then we had guy just starting his career, trying to get to the big leagues. You had a guy like me, 26, also trying to get up to the big leagues, and then we had guys who were in their 30s who have been in the big leagues. They're trying to get back there. And I remember sitting, it was more like probably the last game this last year. I think one of them maybe is not playing anymore. I forgot who it was, but just sitting there like soaking up, just being in the locker room. And I think that's something that we all enjoy the most.
Yeah.
It's just being in the locker room with the boys.
Yeah.
Just enjoying like sitting around playing cards before games or just shooting the crap with everyone. I think that's something that we all take as athletes take
Yeah.
for granted sometimes, and it's once it's gone, and you hear the story from ex-athletes everywhere. It's once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
It's like empty a
those are the
I never
moments you're
thought I'd
gonna
ever
want.
talk about it, which is crazy. But yeah, it's wild.
I just miss being competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I can apply that in different areas. I mean,
Yeah, I
with
think
career,
that's
for sure.
business.
You can
look
definitely
you
translate.
Look around life and business. Dude, some of the most successful people are ex-athletes because it teaches you how to deal with people. Like we have to deal with so many people.
Yeah.
You may not like them, but you have to learn how to deal with people. You have to learn how to lead,
How
with
to
certain
win.
people, how to win.
Everybody's had that teammate they
not
gotta deal
give
with.
up. Like I hear in business, certain people are like, we want people who don't want to give up, know how to just be around other people. It's like, dude,
It's that mental discipline too.
like sports teaches you, even if you're just playing it as a kid or just high school, like it teaches you so much about life and yourself that it's transfers, especially like
Yeah.
when you play at the pro level. Like it takes a certain level of dedication, commitment, and a lot of people who are successful are ex-athletes who understand like
What it takes to win.
yeah.
What would you say for all the viewers? Like, where could we watch you this season?
So at some point, you'll be able to watch me on like ESPN or
Yeah.
MLB Network.
Of course, yeah.
I made it
But-
before him.
Yeah,
The games are pretty randomized on there for.
yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. Like when I'm back playing, I can't really watch the Padres, the Dodgers, the Angels because it's West
That's
Coast.
even tough to watch, right? You
Oh,
can't
well, the
just watch-
Dodgers-
Well,
just
like a lot
because
of
of
those
whatever,
teams, it might
but-
be local.
Yeah.
But like you'll have like the Yankees, the Dodgers, who
The
are
prioritized.
Yeah,
or
those are like the
region.
priority teams. I mean, you got
Of course.
you got Shohei and these guys that people want to watch. But like in AAA, I think it's MILB Network. I mean, my family knows more about how to watch us than.
Yeah,
But I mean, you
of
could
course.
definitely keep track online and just. I don't know if there's like a service you have to. Do you know what it is? Yeah, MILB.com.
MILB.com.
Yeah.
What do you want to manifest into this season as well? Is there anything you could say right now that maybe in the future that you'd want to happen?
Like as far as like my career or just season?
Both.
I mean, just back to what you said, just enjoying the process, just enjoying life and just everything it takes to day in and day out. I mean, obviously I have goals, but like I said, with Jesus behind my back, I'm on his timeline and whatever happens. But I mean, just a long career, just being able to, I think something that every athlete wants, but not many people say it or even get the opportunity, is to be able to walk away from the game on my own terms. Like that's being able to, like Kobe, he got to walk away from the game. He still probably could have played a couple of years. Who knows? I mean, his body was torn up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being able to walk away from the game when you're ready, I think, or like when it's your time, when you feel it, I think that's a huge thing for
sure.
players. And that's just something I pray about at night and just
For sure.
You got to do a quick prayer too before you get off that chair, because that chair is good luck, bro.
Chair is good
We've
luck.
had some like
Yeah.
With Jesus, you're gonna be batting.
Yeah, every
300, bro.
person that sits on that chair, bro, it's a basement talk chair. They like blow up, bro.
I feel it. I could.
Yeah,
I could
bro,
feel
there's some-
the-
they're like,
Zach
Yeah,
also
right.
farted on that chair.
No, I didn't fart on that chair. I farted on the chair and then I smashed Kyler's face into it.
He's like, can we get some poopery on this chair?
That's pretty good. For Breeze on the
But
chat.
is there anyone you want to shout out? Any last words for all the viewers?
I mean, I've said it a couple times, but first and foremost, my Savior, Jesus Christ. I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him. Just everything that's happened in my life, all the blessings. I thank him every night for it, and it's just being able to have him wherever I'm at is the greatest blessing anyone could ask for. With my beautiful girlfriend, Tori, and just my family in general. Everyone in my circle has been so supportive in my life, whether when I was 4 to 26 now. I've never felt like someone in my inner circle, my family, ever second doubted what I was doing. So just everyone who allows me to go out and do what I do. It's not easy being a girlfriend of an athlete who has to leave for 6-7 months of the year. She's sacrificing just as much as I am. And so, I mean, it's just people like her and my parents allow me to go out and do what I need to do. And it's always been a big blessing for me as well, is to have people like that in my corner.
Sick.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Kyler, Zach, thank you.
Subscribe.
Please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys are having a good Monday. We're going to link all your socials down below.
Watch my boy hit some dingers.
Follow him.
Yes.
Everybody follow him. He's going to have a massive season.
Next up.
Yeah, he's 100%. He's next up. He's gonna be doing some crazy stuff soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, subscribe, send it to everybody you know that likes baseball or anything. Send it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Thank you.
Say what it be, I know the king, follow his lead, repeat after me. I know they lurking, this serpent is circling, but I never worry, cause he got the keys, he let it bleed. Never put me on the freeze, just look at how you spit it to me. It'll be out of right after I seek. You can't make the promise unless you the king. Jay with a baby, I am what he made me. No, you cannot say me, so it's for the birds. Buy full price, you ain't know what it's worth. He not letting go like it's grandmama purse.